Well, what a day June 11 was for Purdue Polytechnic High School, the school's first graduating class. And Purdue President Mitch Daniels gets a little choked up about how far they'd come.
Purdue University is a land-grant school. It was put there just as this high school was put here, to try to open the doors to education and to a better life, and to provide access to opportunity to people who might not otherwise have it. So the people I meet who made giant leaps from Purdue almost never came from fortunate or privileged or wealthy circumstances. They came from small towns, they came from farms, and they came from neighborhoods like this.
Mitch Daniels on Purdue Polytechnic, and the achievements going on there was set up in 2017 to reinvent the high school experience for underserved students, mainly through STEM education. The majority of the school's first graduating class is now off to college. Nearly 70% of them attending Purdue or another four-year institution. So in 4 short years, what has been the secret behind the success of Purdue Polytechnic? For some answers, I'm pleased to be joined by the school's founder and executive director, Scott Bess. And Scott, as always, welcome to the program.
Gary, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting that commencement address for Mitch Daniels. He did get very emotional about things and about talking about the mission of Purdue Polytechnic and what's happening there.
Yeah, I think for him it was, the culmination of, going back 5 years ago, almost 6 years ago, the idea of the school and the mission, but then to actually see it front and center and right in front where he could shake those graduates' hand. That was a big deal for him and for all of us.
Well, talk about the mission and the idea. I know we did a story back at the time it was launched and have done several since, certainly. But the concept, the idea behind Purdue Polytechnic Institute.
Yeah, I mean, our general thesis, that in the state of Indiana, as is true nationwide, the number of low-income students and or students of color who are going on to post-secondary is really unacceptably low. And so our central thesis with this school was if we were going to get a different outcome, we had to do something fundamentally different at the high school level to change that experience, to change the aspirations, and to really make a difference in the lives of those students.
We'll talk about what you do that is different. Give us really the model and what students experience at Purdue Polytechnic High School.
Yeah, I mean, really, from day one of the students' experience here, they start living through and learning through projects, hands-on collaboration with other students, working with industry partners, people that come in from the outside, where it's not just an advisory committee, but really part and parcel of the school. And that almost all of our academic learning is done in context, right? So that there's a way to learn, for example, higher in math, like pre-calculus, but taught through the lens of understanding climate change, right? So you can make the learning something that they are interested in, and then they'll learn the nuts and bolts of it.
Yeah, the proof of the results are in the pudding, I guess, as they say. Talk about the number of students now, this graduating class, that are going on to four-year institutions, in particular Purdue, because that I know was part of the idea to begin with.
Yeah, right. That was one of the things that President Daniels wanted to solve, was how do you increase that pipeline? So we had a graduating class of 113 students. We had 48 of them who got accepted to Purdue, most of whom were either Black or Latino students. And then we have 37 of those 48 who actually are on campus as we speak today, taking classes and living the life of a Purdue freshman. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the expanding footprint of Purdue Polytechnic High School. You have a major location, campus, if you will, on the Near East side of Indianapolis, on East Washington Street, also a location in Broad Ripple and South Bend. So this is an idea or a concept that is growing.
Yeah, the idea of this, and really from the very beginning, President Daniels and the Purdue Board of Trustees, their understanding was, look, Purdue is a statewide institution, and so we need to have statewide locations. And fundamentally, wherever there are large pockets of students who are maybe not being served as well, and certainly where there's not huge numbers of low-income students and or, again, Black or Latino students who are going on to Purdue or into any other post-secondary institution.
Yeah, what about, are you looking for other expansion opportunities, locations elsewhere around the state?
Yeah, we are. We're looking at places around the state, again, where there's the right demographics exist, and also the outcomes of students in those cities aren't what it should be. And so we've got that going on now. We're looking to expand probably, not next year, but maybe the year after that, and then beyond the years beyond that as well. And it's no secret. It's really, if you look at the state of Indiana, you look at the big dots on the map, that's what we're looking for.
Yeah. As we wrap up, Scott, I know this success story, if you will, is being documented, chronicled in a documentary that will be released soon. Talk about that.
Yeah, so Purdue University wanted to say, look, you have the macro level view of, here's the number of students and all those things, but they also wanted to get personal. And so they followed 3 students through their senior year of school with us, and then their transition to campus. And that documentary is getting released by Purdue here in the next couple of weeks in October.
All right, Purdue Polytechnic High School, the Executive Director there, Scott Bess. Scott, as always, great to see you. Congratulations on the success, and look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Gary. Thank you.